Hey guys, this is the King of Weebs here. I will be making a 500 subscriber special on the 11th of May. It's going to be a Q&A. If you guys want to ask me questions, you can follow me on Twitter, DM me there. I will be answering your questions on a video. And if you don't have Twitter and you have Discord, you can add me on Discord. Well, you can follow me, not follow me, you can join my Discord server. Link in the description for Twitter and Discord. And I will be having a channel open from the 8th to the 11th. And you guys can ask me questions on Discord and Twitter. Twitter, you can ask me from today all the way to the 10th, and from the 8th to the 10th, I will be on. You can ask me on Discord, and I will be answering them on the 11th. I will be making a video for you guys. I hope you will enjoy it. Anyways, let's get right into it. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto had half hot and half cold, part 4. Last time we left off with Naruto meeting Haku and his team, trying to learn the tree walking. Naruto already knew tree walking, so he He already started the water walking training, and he mastered it by like a few days. And I'm not sure what I said last time, but let's say a few days. And the next morning, he does go back to train. He trains more on his half hot and half cold quirk, but he doesn't know it's a quirk. He thinks it's a kicking and kai, but oops, hit my mic there. And then he trains till late again, and this time Naruto he will wake up late as always, so they leave him and they say he can catch up later, it's not too far from here. And Naruto wakes up and he hears Inari. Well, he brushes his teeth, everything. Basically Inari's mom left some breakfast he didn't have breakfast, to be honest, and he basically saw that there was a piece of bread there, a toast, and he just started having it. And then he heard Inari saying, "Get away from my mom," and then he got worried and he headed out, and he saw Inari getting attacked by 2 people and his mother being held hostage. And what Naruto did next kind of scared them. Naruto did already give the speech to Inari, by the way, and basically he he froze their feet, and then he made 2 shadow clones, and the 2 shadow clones added ice release to their feet, and they kicked the 2 men so hard their heads started bleeding a bit, not too much, a bit. I know it's a bit gruesome, but who cares? And they fall to the ground, fainted, and then Naruto ties them up to a tree really tight and says if they try to get out, they can't. Anyways, my 2 clones will take you somewhere safe. Well, only one of them, while the other one piffs away. One of them takes them really somewhere that they know it's safe. So I'll touch my mic again. And so then Naruto heads off to his team. As I said before, Asuma is a bit stronger than Zabuza at close range, but mid-range Zabuza is a bit better, and long range, mid-range I'll say they're the same, but long range Zabuza is better because of his long sword. And Shikamaru and Choji, I'll say Shikamaru is against Haku, while Choji protects Tazuna. And then Naruto arrives and is already inside the ice mirrors because he jumps inside, and he's like, "Hey, are you alright?" Sorry guys. "Hey, are you alright?" Shikamaru, and Shikamaru's like, "You took your sweet time, didn't you?" But yeah, I'm alright. The only thing is I cannot seem to find him, and since there isn't much sun, I can't use my shadow possession jutsu. And then Naruto's like, "Then why didn't you protect Tazuna?" And Naruto's like, "Why didn't you protect Tazuna since Choji is more capable of fighting close range?" And then Shikamaru's like, "Well, you see, we were already attacked, and Haku attacked me because I'm not sure why, but he attacked me, and I told Choji to protect Tazuna while I fought him." And Naruto's like, "It's fine now, I'm here. all we gotta do is melt these uh ice mirrors, and I will make enough light for you to use your shadow possession jutsu. And Shikamaru's like, alright, so what Naruto, you know how in the original Sasuke wasn't able to like melt Haku's ice mirrors, I don't burp, just saying, ice mirrors without, well, he couldn't melt them with his fire style jutsus. But Naruto is much stronger than Sasuke in the original from here, and his fire is so hot. So Naruto says, "Hey Shikamaru, stay behind this, stay inside this ice, ice dome." So basically, he makes a little ice dome around Shikamaru and says it's gonna get pretty heated in here. And then Shikamaru's like, "Wait, what?" And he's completely trapped. Shikamaru's basically trapped. And Naruto says, "I'll let you out as soon as I melt the." Once the ice is melted, it's gonna melt. My ice is gonna melt as well. So then Naruto lets out all his heat. It was so much heat that even Choji and Tazuna and Zabuza and Asuma could feel Naruto's heat. And Naruto let out such heat that it literally instantly melted his ice and Haku's ice. So then Shikamaru is already out, and Shikamaru's like, "Oh, I see." So then he just uses his shadow possession jutsu, and he captures. They capture Haku, and Naruto's like, "Who are you?" With a kunai, he makes a ice kunai. And he's like, "Who are you?" And then Haku's like, "I can't tell you." And then Naruto's like, "Tell me or I'll have to break this mask of yours." And then Naruto can feel a familiar aura around Haku. And then Haku does hear fighting with Zabuza and Asuma, and he says that Zabuza is fighting close range against a specialized close range fighter, and he wants to go help. And Naruto's like, "Don't worry, we won't kill you guys." And he said, "As long as you show us who you are." And Haku's like, "Alright." And Naruto sees that it's Haku, and he says, "I knew it." And says, and tells, and then Zabuza shouts out, "Haku, you tool, why are you not helping me?" And then Haku's like, "I'm sorry." And that's when Naruto decides to basically tell Asuma to jump up, and Asuma listens to Naruto because he trusts him. And Naruto just basically freezes Zabuza's legs and arms. Basically only his head is remaining, and it's really cold. Now I'll say that it's an ice that it's warm because of Naruto's heat, and weather is still basically completely scorching out because of Naruto's heat. And he says, "How dare you call Haku a tool when he's willing to fight all of us for you and even give his life up, and when he saw you struggling against my sensei." And then Zabuza does have a little change in heart, and out of nowhere, Gato's men appear, and Zabuza is told about, "Oh, you guys weren't gonna get paid. I was hoping you guys would die, and then blah blah blah, and then I'd kill Tazuna myself with all these goons with me." And then Naruto gets angry at this, and Zabuza literally was so angry he broke out of the ice, and Naruto was completely stunned at this. And then Zabuza rushed at them, and same with Haku, because Haku didn't want people to disrespect Zabuza's name. And then Naruto went in the fight. Same with Asuma, Choji, and Choji went in, and Shikamaru's like, "Alright, then I'll protect Asuna." And basically they're fighting. Naruto's basically a support right there to, well, not to Choji and Asuma, because they're actually thinking of defense, while Haku is, and Zabuza isn't, and he knows that Haku will try to protect Zabuza if he gets in trouble. So Naruto says, "Hey Haku, don't worry, I got Zabuza's defense." And Haku's like, "I trust you, Naruto." And they're fighting. They basically killed them, and one of them was about to literally slice off Zabuza's head because he was behind him, and Zabuza didn't notice him. Let's just say he didn't. He would have, but he didn't in this time because he was really bloodlusted. And then Haku's about to go and protect Zabuza with his own life, and then out of nowhere, a spike of ice literally stabs, penetrates through, impales the guy that was about to stab Zabuza, and literally the guy is held uh, by the ice spear. And Naruto's like, I told you I got him. And then Zabuza Gato's the last one remaining, and Zabuza says, I won't kill you. I'll allow this old man's village to have their own little revenge. And basically he stabs Gato once on the arm, and then throws him towards Tazuna and says, drag him to your village, drag him there, and allow everyone to torture him till he dies. And the ninja said nothing because he deserved it. And if you guys ever read Akamega Kill, you would see that the prime minister basically gets caught by Leone, even though she gets shot multiple times. Leone had some mad form, like I was so gassed when she got that new form, and she threw him on the ground, and everyone started cutting. There's an imperial capital, and all the people living there who suffered because of him, they started cutting little bits of his body, like maybe a finger, maybe the nose, the tongue, cutting a bit of the ear off. They kept doing that, torturing him till he died. That's the same when what Gato will have to experience, and he will die. So the bridge is still named after the Great Naruto Bridge, and they're all happy. And what happens next is kind of confuses Naruto's team. Naruto's like, hey Haku, do you want to come with us to the village? And Haku's like, oh, we can't. Zabuza is wanted throughout the whole of a few nations, and the Land of Fire is one of them. And Naruto's like, as long as you guys repent, as long as you guys show that you helped Tazuna's village get their freedom, it's fine. And plus, I'll be on your side. And they trust Naruto, so they went with them. And Asuma didn't really mind, and Asuma was making small talk with Zabuza, and Zabuza was actually not minding it. He was actually alright with it. And then they get to the village, and Naruto does ask the third Hokage about Zabuza, and the third Hokage says, Naruto, are you sure they helped, and not you making it up? And Naruto's like, we can go back to the Land of Waves, get Tazuna, and tell you, and get him to speak to you. And that just makes the third Hokage believe Naruto is like, yeah, okay, I believe you, grandson. And they're all Zabuza and Haku are completely confused because they couldn't really tell if Naruto was biologically related to him, because the third Hokage did have white hair. He was old, so if you have any color of hair, blonde, black, brown, I think it's brown, and your hair will become gray at one point of your life. So that they couldn't realize that he's adopted. And Naruto says, yeah, I am adopted, don't worry guys, it's not like I'm actually related to him, but they consider me as their own family member, and I consider them as my family. And that's who I was talking about, my precious people, Haku. And Haku's like, I see. So Haku is already awarded the Chunin rank, but what's different between him being a normal Chunin and basically doing missions with other Chunin or other Genin, he will actually be assigned to the Asuma's team, because Zabuza will become their new. Well, Zabuza will have his own little Genin team, and Haku will be part of Naruto's team. So Naruto's team will be a Jonin, an assistant of a Jonin. Let's say the third Hokage made this new thing up, and he wants to apply it. Oh, oops, sorry, I think that was earache. I hit my mic really hard. And he wants to apply this new system where teams now are made out of 3 Genin, 1 Chunin who is an assistant for the Jonin, and 1 Jonin, of course. And all the teams get one. Like let's say Sai becomes the team 7-1. Sai is already tuning by now. Let's just say he's tuning because of the Anbu. He was taken out of it. And because the Photokage realized that side doesn't deserve this. Don't ask me why. I don't want to go back into full storytelling mode and make one up. But who cares? It's irrelevant. So then the Chunin exams are announced. Naruto's team is told by Asuma straight after they found out. Well, the Jonin team leaders found out. Of course, Team 7 will find out a week later on, and Naruto is really excited about this because he wants to become like Haku, strongest Haku, and the same rank as Haku. And Haku is like, I'll train you, Naruto, in your ice release, and you can teach me how to do your moves as well. And Naruto's like, yeah, that's a fair deal. He asked Shikamaru and Choji to train with them, and they accepted. So they trained in taijutsu and other ninjutsu. So Shikamaru improved his shadow possession jutsu, and Shikamaru deduced that there might be a teamwork exam. So they worked on their teamwork, and they didn't know if it would be in a really sunny place or a really dark place. So Naruto and Shikamaru and Choji did work on their teamwork, and also in increasing the light in a dark place with Naruto. And Shikamaru did get a lot of training in, so his shadow possession jutsu can go even longer ranges, and it's a lot stronger, and it's not as easy to break out of it. And also Choji does learn how to use his expansion jutsu all around his body. So basically, if he wants just his hand to become bigger, he can. If he wants his feet, his legs, he can do that now earlier than usual. And I'll say he's around the Choji level at the end of Naruto. So basically, Choji level with the the butterfly strength for Choji. I'll say he's like near there, but he's not as strong as Curse Mark 2 of that fat dude that he had to verse. But he will still have to use the pills once the Sasuke retrieval arc does happen. Yes, it's a little spoiler, but who cares? This part is going to be a bit shorter, around like 20 minutes or 25 or maybe 30. But because I don't have much time right now, and I have already recorded part 7 to What If Naruto left the village, so that's my third video for today, because I know that video will get will hit the 115 like goal by the end of today. So that will be my third daily video. It might be at night, it might be a bit early, but who cares? So now the Chunin exams start. The Genjutsu trap is still put on, and Naruto does expel it with his team, and Choji is immune to Genjutsu now. Well, he knows how to release it now, unlike the original. And also, in the Choji is much smarter, because he was inspired by Naruto in basically, when Choji is inspired at doing something, he actually does it properly, and he actually is good at it. And then Naruto's like, if you are able to learn all this and all that and all this, I will take you out with Shikamaru and Asuma and what's his name, Haku, to an all-you-can-eat barbecue feast. And he's like, yeah, sure. And Naruto had a plan. He's like, hey Shikamaru, you're good at shogi, right? How about you play Asuma and make a bet with him? If you win, he buys he basically buys he buys us a meal, well, a barbecue meal, all you can eat. And if he wins, because he's prideful and he knows he plays shogi, and if he wins, you will buy it for all of us. And then Shikamaru's like, yes, sure, because he knows that he's better than Asuma at shogi, and he actually wins. And Asuma's like, my wallet, my poor wallet. They were planning this one day. And Haku's like, yep, they were. And he starts laughing at Asuma. Well, not hysterically, like, not as a way to mock him, just laughing at him for falling for the trick that his team put up for him. And he's like, oh, whatever. So day 8, and the written exam is really easy for their team, so they passed. Not with flying colors, they don't do the best, but Naruto actually does pretty well. He's probably like 6th in the rankings of the record holders, or maybe even 3rd. I'll say he came 3rd, because just why not? I just want to make Naruto even more cool. And so basically, Naruto doesn't really have many friends, and people are actually impressed that Naruto came third. And the second part of the Chunin exam start. This is where their intuition actually came in right. So they did guess that some is going to be somewhere dark, and Naruto says, "Good luck to Hinata," and he did help Hinata in the exam, and also Shino and Ino as well because she was in their team, and she started becoming friends with Hinata, and anyone who's friends with his friends, he's friends with them. I know I said friends a lot of times, friends. So what Naruto does is pats him on the back and says, "You all got this." And then he goes to a different team, a random team, and he's like, "Oh, good luck." I'm saying, and that team didn't really find it that weird because they saw Naruto going to every team and saying good luck, and they're like, "Oh, good luck to you as well." And that team, I'll say it was Kabuto's team, and he's like, "Oh, you guys." And then what Naruto does, because he did see them having the skull they need, and as soon as uh, the exam starts, he tells Shikamaru to, Choji to use his expansion jutsu and throw the kunai as far as possible to reach the ending point. And then Naruto basically teleports to the guy, to that team, and basically freezes them on the spot and takes their scroll. And then I'll say basically, while they were running, and they say, "Let's walk it," and then Choji's like, "Let's walk it, I don't want to teleport, I don't feel like it, and maybe there is a twist to this exam, so maybe you should save your chakra, Naruto, you can't spam this move." And Naruto's like, "Yeah, you're right." So they were running, basically Naruto running towards the thing, and they did find the kunai. It wasn't too close, it was around where Naruto, Team 7 got attacked by Orochimaru, and Team 7 was getting attacked. This is where Naruto, Shikamaru, and Choji help Team 7. So basically they help out. Choji helps out Sakura because she was on the ground, and Shikamaru helps out Kiba, and then Naruto comes in, and he was about to attack Orochimaru, but then Orochimaru extended his neck uh, onto Sasuke, and Sasuke got bitten, and he did faint, and Naruto threw him to Choji and was like, "Choji, catch him, I got this guy." And then basically Orochimaru wants to retreat because he doesn't want to fight them. They're damn, I can't speak. They are irrelevant to him. And then Naruto says, "Why are you trying to escape? Are you scared of me?" And then Orochimaru starts laughing and says, "Me being scared of you, weakling." And Naruto's like, "Oh, you're calling me weakling? Look at your legs." And he looks at, and then basically this is what Naruto's training was. He was trying to train in making ice, basically making it that people wouldn't see it. If like they're talking to you, they won't notice that. And if they're looking at you eye to eye like Orochimaru did, they don't notice your eyes. It basically makes the eyes silent so they can't dodge it, and he sees that, and then he looks back at Naruto, and Naruto's already in front of him, and basically he adds fire to his, let's say, to his left side, because the left side is the fire side. He could use on the right, that he's been training on that, but he isn't good at it, so he just wants to put the most power into the most powerful foot. Well, he could do it with ice, but ice cuts, but fire burns, and burning is much worse than cutting. So it burns Orochimaru's chin, and Orochimaru's angry. He breaks out the ice, which confuses Naruto because he basically put out his strongest ice. He kicks Naruto in the on the face and says, "Maybe I should give him the curse mark too." He extends his neck until Naruto just poofs into a block of ice, and then he appears behind Orochimaru and literally kicks his head into the ground, and Orochimaru his body's pulled to the head, and then he backflips, and he's facing eye to eye with Naruto, and is like, pretty smart kid, even I could have noticed you substituted with the block of ice that I left there. And Naruto's like, "Yeah, you're pretty dumb." And then he teleports behind Orochimaru, and Orochimaru's confused, and literally he freezes Orochimaru's head, and then he burns Orochimaru, and the ice melts, and Orochimaru has to escape. He escapes, bruised and everything, and Naruto is like, well, I could just catch up to him with the flying Raijin. Who cares now? And what happens next is basically they protect Team 7 and they do get attacked, but the attack happens right, let's say they did see Naruto bodying, uh, well, kind of bodying Orochimaru. The new Orochimaru wasn't really trying; he was playing around, and then they realized that Orochimaru made a mistake. So they don't want to go up against Naruto yet. As soon as Sasuke starts attacking them, because they know the side effects of first awakening, the curse mark is basically going on a rampage. He starts attacking them, and then they try to attack Sasuke. Sasuke takes on one of them, the one that he breaks his arms in the original. He kind of destroys his arms. Naruto freezes the girl and basically says, "I don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt you," and literally punches. He karate chops her neck and basically throws her back to his teammate that was still standing and said, "Either you escape or you die." And he escapes with his two teammates. And Team 10 basically is that, well, we helped you enough. You guys should be able to do it on your own now. We're going. And this time Naruto is like, I don't think there's a twist anymore. I think it's just completing this exam. So he tells Choji to throw Kuna really far, and they teleport there all three together, and they're already there. And they pass, and they open the scroll, and Asuma appears and says, "You guys passed really quick on the first day. I was expecting like second or third." And they're like, and Naruto's like, "We're your team, Asuma. Remember that." And they do say about the attack on, well, they want to first finish the exams, and they want Sasuke to tell about the attack on him, and they wait for them near there. And then once they arrive, they open the scroll, and Kakashi comes out of it, and they don't tell him, they tell him, well, Sasuke doesn't tell him. It was actually Sakura and Kiba who tell him, and he's worried, but he can't stop the tuning exam. So they do still have their week break, and Naruto goes back home, has a shower, and says that he's gonna go out and eat with his team today, because Asuma owed them barbecue. And then basically his mother's like, "All right, have fun." And Konohama's like, "I wanna go with Big Brother." And Naruto's like, "Are you sure you wanna go? Are you going to be able to eat everything and your vegetables?" So Konohama's like, "Yeah." And Naruto asked his mom to come as well. His mom's like, "I'm not sure. I don't want to be ruining your boy times." Basically, Naruto's like, "It's fine. Just come with us. I don't want to leave you alone at home." And she's like, "All right." And Asuma realizes that he has to pay for a lot of people. He doesn't mind paying for Konohama. He is his nephew and maybe his sister, but he's kind of like, "Oh, it's a lot of money." And then his sister's like, "Oh, so you made a bet with your own student and you lost it. Wow." And she was kind of mocking him, because they are like, they do have that brother and sister relationship. When when the brother or sister do mess up something, the other ones tease them about it. And then she's like, "Don't worry, I'll pay half of it if you want." And he's like, "Oh, thank you, you're a lifesaver." and and then she's like, "Hey, look, you're a ninja, and I'm paying half the bill that you should be paying." And then he's like, "Hey, listen, I'm not rich." And she's like, "It's fine." And they go, and that's where I'm going to end off. They're having fun the whole night. So basically, they do get home late, because the next day nothing's happening, and Naruto will just be training. So that's where I'm going to end off. It was basically half an hour. I hope you all enjoyed it. For the next part to come out, I want 50 likes on this. Nah, actually, let's make it a bit lower. The series, nah, actually, 50 likes. Yeah, 50 likes for the next part. So part 5 in 50 likes. I'll probably put it at the start of the video as well. And please take care, stay safe, peace, and also follow me on Twitter. I will be making a Q&A. Please follow me. And also join my Discord. I will be opening a Discord channel on my Discord server. I will open a channel just for the Q&A from the 8th of May to the 10th of May. And then on the 11th, I will be making my Q&A. Anyways, right now, this is over. And peace.